What happens when a girl from the city falls so deeply in love with her teacher that she crosses all boundaries? The story begins with a janitor cleaning the school. As he is about to leave, he hears some noises. When he follows the sounds, he finds a girl sitting on the floor in a classroom, crying. As he tries to get help, another girl with bloodied hands appears and tells him to run away. In the next scene, we see a scene from some time ago, where a girl named Riley was having her first day in school, and her father, Chris, was going to work as a teacher in the same school. But she did not want to go inside with him, so that her friends would not know that she is their teacher's daughter. After this, we see a girl named Kyla, who is taking pictures of everyone in her school, and then she sees Chris, whom she likes at first sight. Then a colorful girl named Trisha comes to her and asks her to take her picture. And when she sees Chris, Trisha starts saying that in a few days she will make him dance on her fingers. After which, Chris starts giving his first lecture to all the children, where when Trisha was looking at her phone, Chris takes her phone and sees that she is scrolling on Instagram. Then when Trisha flirts with Chris, her daughter Riley does not like this thing. After that, when their class ends, Kyla sees that Chris knew Riley. Then she goes to Riley in their computer class and befriends her by taking her photo, etc. And in the course of conversation, she tries to make her confess that Chris is her father. Kyla promises she will not tell this to anyone. When Riley and Chris head home, Kyla secretly takes pictures of Chris. At home, Kyla finds her mother, Jess, exercising after years, which Kyla finds odd. She then sees her mother's new dress and realizes she is going on a date. While Kyla is thinking about Chris, it shows that she wants to have a relationship with him. The next day, when Kyla visits Riley's house, she learns that Chris's wife had cheated on him. Is why he moved to a new town to start fresh. When Riley goes to the bathroom, Kyla sneaks into Chris's room and touches his bed. In class, Kyla gives Chris suggestive looks, but Trisha intentionally breaks her pencil to talk to and flirt with Chris, which annoys Kyla. Later, when Riley is drawing outside, Trisha invites her to go shopping. Kyla watches from afar and quickly warns Riley to stay away from Trisha because she had an affair with their history teacher, causing him to lose his job. Riley believes Kyla. When Riley is home, Kyla calls her. Upon learning that Riley's birthday is soon, Kyla suggests they have a party at Riley's house. Just then, Chris arrives, ready to go on a date with Kyla's mom, Jess. Everyone feels uncomfortable. Kyla pretends it's fine. She then spills water on Chris's clothes, preventing him from going out, and suggests they have their date at home. During dinner, Kyla can't take her eyes off Chris. And when Chris compliments her, she is thrilled. But when Chris starts flirting with Jess, Kyla gets upset and goes upstairs. That night, when Chris and Jess are on the couch, Kyla sees someone outside her window. Scared, she insists on staying downstairs with them, to keep Chris and Jess from getting closer. While Jess goes to make coffee and Kyla is talking to Chris while holding his hand, she learns that Riley is out shopping with Trisha tonight, which she doesn't like. The next morning, Kyla accidentally sees Chris in the bathroom, but they both don't tell this to Jess. When Chris drops her off at school, he apologizes to her, but Kyla has no problem with it and tells him that she has been admitted to a college called Emerson, but she hasn't told anyone about it yet, which Chris finds a little weird. At school, Riley is mad at Kyla for not heeding her warning and going shopping with Trisha. Riley tells Kyla that Trisha claimed Kyla was the one having an affair with the history teacher, and Trisha wasn't even in that class. Kyla warns Trisha to stay away from Riley, threatening her. When Trisha ignores her, Kyla takes compromising photos of herself and puts them in her locker to make it look like someone did it to teach her a lesson. She tells Chris, who tries to talk to Kyla, but Riley dislikes seeing them together. Jess is also upset with the situation, so Kyla reveals her college acceptance to lift their spirits. Jess tells Kyla that Chris will be her support after she leaves, but Kyla can't imagine Chris with anyone else. The next day, Riley apologizes to Kyla, and they make up. When Chris offers to drop Kyla off, she agrees and takes a picture of their house. Upon learning Chris has another date with Jess, she gets an idea. That night, when Chris is in the bathroom and Jess is getting ready, Chris's phone starts receiving inappropriate messages from Trisha. Chris is confused and tries to explain, but Jess breaks up with him. Chris leaves, and Kyla follows, getting into his car and getting close to him. Chris resists, but Kyla gets physical before leaving. The next day, Chris was testing everyone in the class. Then Trisha comes to Chris and bends in front of him and starts asking him questions, which Kyla does not like. Then the principal of their school comes there and takes Trisha with him, and all this was done by Kyla. After the class, Kyla sees that today Riley had organized a birthday party for her at her home. And Kyla wanted to take advantage on the occasion, so she goes to her party at night and gives Riley some gifts and alcohol. And when she was with her other friends, Kyla secretly goes to Chris's room and starts touching him, where Chris did not want to do this. But when Kyla starts kissing him, Chris cannot control himself, and they both start getting intimate. Then Riley comes there and sees them both, and she gets angry and starts leaving from there. Chris tries to explain to her, but Riley does not listen to him. And then when Chris comes back to get his car keys to go after her, Kyla tells him that Riley is a drunk and that he should not pay attention to her anymore, where she just wanted to have some more fun with Chris, but Chris leaves and starts looking for his daughter. Chris goes after Riley, leaving Kyla frustrated. The next morning, Riley messages Jess, wanting to talk. At school, Chris tries to talk to Riley, but she ignores him. During class, Riley gets angry and leaves when Kyla answers a question. After class, when Kyla talks to Chris, Jess arrives, having been told everything by Riley. Jess scolds Kyla, who fights with her mother and leaves. Riley approaches Chris, who apologizes for his past mistakes and promises to stay away from Kyla. They reconcile. On one side, Kyla calls Trisha and meets her outside her school, where Trisha's life got ruined because of Kyla, and here Kyla starts killing herself. When Chris comes there, he thinks that Trisha attacked him, and after some time the police arrests her. In the next scene, Kyla is in the hospital, and her mother also comes there, who is no longer angry with Kyla. Then Riley and Chris also come there. Kyla wants to say goodbye to Chris, but before that she asks Riley for help. Actually, today there was a basketball match in their school whose pictures Kyla was going to take. And now when she is here, Riley agrees to help her, and she goes to their school. When Chris visits Kyla alone, she suggests they can secretly be together, since no one suspects them, but Chris refuses. As he packs his things at school, Kyla confronts Riley with a knife, injuring her. After which she goes to Chris and puts a knife on his throat, fulfill her desires. But when Chris pushes him to stop her, she knocks him unconscious, and the janitor hears her voice, and when he was going out for help, Kyla kills him from behind and then tries to kill Riley. But Riley quickly starts running away from there. And at one place when the road ends, and Kyla comes in front of her, Riley hits her with her camera. After some time the police came there, and they were taking Kyla and Riley to the hospital. In the next scene we see the scene after some time of this incident, where Chris and Riley had come to another city, and now Riley had also started driving, but then we see Kyla from behind. And with this, the film ends here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to our Flick Recap channel. Let us know how you like the story in the comments. See you in the next video.